Hello, hello, my beautiful people. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Gertie and I'm the counselor and transformational coach at Butterfly Project. I know it has been a minute since I have done a video and posted for you all. And I apologize for that. I have just been taking a little bit of a much needed break. And if you all know, when it comes to posting content or creating content, it's like anything else, like art or music or writing, that we need to be inspired and kind of in that, zone to be able to do it. And so I haven't really been in that, but I have a bunch of shorts that I'm working on to post for you all. And I have a huge list of topics, of videos that I do want to do for you all. So I will, work on those soon. The other thing is I've also been really busy over the last couple months with different things. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you all about today. And this is in regards to when you are doing a lot, of work on yourself, a lot of healing, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, even when we're doing all those, amazing things for ourselves. Sometimes it can cause us to get really tired, okay? And so I had a bunch of things, that happened in the first 6 months of this year. Lots of great things, but also there were a few things, in regards to like my physical health and pets, and family and, different things that happened that I needed to recover from. And I did take, some time to do that. I do practice what I preach, you guys. But unfortunately, I think I still needed more. And another thing is, if you haven't watched the videos I did on the circadian rhythm, I'll post them up here. I did 2 of them talking about that very extensively. And it is something that I have been trying to work on, and I've just really struggled with my sleep lately. And one of the biggest things that I do teach to my clients, right, is to listen to our bodies. So when we're doing work of reprogramming our subconscious mind, making positive changes in our life, trying to eat healthier, decluttering your space, spending more time outdoors, getting more sleep, all these kinds of things that we do, these positive things, working on our inner child, all of these things that we do, it's wonderful. And most of the time it can really energize us. But sometimes doing all of these things can actually really drain us or make us feel really tired, and we don't understand why. And so that's kind of what started happening with me is, like I said, I practice what I preach. And so I have been over the last, couple months, on top of kind of taking a little bit of rest, but not quite as much as I should have. I got super busy in May and June, kind of trying to make up for that lost time. So I worked, a lot with clients, and I didn't really realize how much I was working until after the fact. And there was lots of great stuff in June with like the end of the school year. And I have, children that are completely opposite ages, and there's all these different things happening. And I was trying to, catch up on things. And so what happened was it finally started to kind of pile up and catch up to me. And at the same time, I was doing all of these amazing things to, work on my inner child, because I'm doing much, much deeper work that I will be sharing with you all down the line. But much, much deeper work on my inner child, as well as reprogramming the subconscious mind, and kind of doing all of that. And it's been wonderful and great. And really focused on, my physical health and just eating healthy. And, where I am, if you're not in the Northern Hemisphere, our summers are so short. And so this year we have been blessed with almost like no mosquitoes, if you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I mean? And I don't even remember a summer like this. So I have been just, trying to rest and listen to my body and catch up on, trying to sleep better, but mostly to, just rest and spend as much time outdoors in nature. And I believe I did do a video on that as well, because it is so healing. And kind of the beginning of July, I realized that I hit a little bit of a burnout, not just physically, but, mentally, emotionally. Yeah, I just kind of hit a burnout. And so I'm doing all the things that I teach you all to recharge my batteries, to get myself really healthy. And sure, I could push through, but what I did was I dedicated the summer for me to just enjoy the summer, enjoy the outdoors, enjoy, socializing with, friends and family, and doing different things, and just enjoying, fun outside with my kids. And going to our favorite places and going to the beach and, all that kind of stuff, because I absolutely love being near the water. Although it's not an ocean, a lake will do. And so, yeah, it's just, that's what I've been, kind of doing. And so that's why I haven't really posted. Still working with clients, right? I just haven't really taken on any new clients, kind of just, finishing off with people that I have. And that's what I've been doing, and just really kind of dedicating this summer to healing and, resting and recovering. Because once September comes around, that's usually when things get super busy in the counseling industry, but also in my own personal life, things are really going to change. And that also is going to mean that I'm going to have a lot more time for me to do videos and to work with more clients and things like that. And to also have more fun, with friends and family and things. So things are really shifting and changing. And I know me, I love to work, you guys. And so I love helping people. I love, creating content and teaching and guiding people and coaching people. So as I'm, going into September, I already know that things are going to get super crazy busy. And so, yeah, I feel like I'm kind of like, stocking up my energy as well, as recharging, first, but then kind of, stocking up before then. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And I just wanted to kind of let you all know that when you're going through changes, most people think that it's only when we have positive changes in our life, or sorry, negative changes in our life, that cause us to feel really drained and tired. And, if we're really busy and lots of things, happening, can cause us to feel really fatigued. Believe it or not, doing any kind of healing work or any positive changes in our life, that's heavy lifting. That's kind of like all of a sudden you go from being completely sedentary to working out, every single day. Yeah, you're going to feel it. Muscles are going to hurt. You're going to be tired. You're going to want to sleep more. So that's kind of, what I've been experiencing is, still kind of finishing off, healing things, but also it's all of these positive, amazing, great changes that I've been making that I realize is kind of actually, draining. Like, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy. And so although it also does re-energize me, I have many days where I'm literally just like fully energized and doing amazing and doing so many things, and just feeling really, really good. And then I have other days that I'm just drained, I'm tired, I just want to like sit by the beach or sit outside, and just enjoy nature and not really do much, and maybe listen to a podcast or read a book, or those kinds of things. So, and everybody's different, what you enjoy. I have so many other things I enjoy. But yeah, so just be mindful and be aware that if you are really tired, there could be other things going on. Obviously, go see your doctor, right? I'm not a doctor. So I can't give you any medical advice. But when you're doing all the right things, as I have been, and you start to realize, I'm doing all these things, what's going on? I have seen my doctor. There's no other issues going on here. Why am I so tired? Well, because I have been working super hard in my brain. And so physically, my body needs extra rest. And so that was the point to this whole video, not just to kind of let you guys know what's going on with me and why I haven't been around lately. It's also to let you know that you may just need to rest. So always, always, always listen to your body. What does your body need? Our body is the first, kind of signal. It will communicate to you first before anything else. So I've gotten really good at being very intuitive and listening to my body and what my body needs. And what I know is not just, yes, I do need a lot more sleep. I'm sure we all do, but not just that, I just really need a lot of, nurturing and just recharging my batteries and filling up my cup and, really just nurturing myself. Because, the other thing is, if you're in a helping industry as I am, that also is very draining as well. And so we need extra time. I always tell people my job is very health heavy in the counseling side. And I offset it, by having lots of fun in my personal life, right? And doing lots of things that I enjoy. So yeah, I'm just, again, like I said, just kind of resting and, taking it easy and enjoying things. And I'm like reconnecting with things from my childhood. These things are coming up as I do the deeper inner child healing work. I also have an inner child healing meditation here that I did that people absolutely love. I actually still use it for myself as well. But it's pretty good if you are doing any inner child healing work. And I believe that everybody should be doing that because we all have things in our, subconscious mind, right? The inner child, part of our brain that, likely needs, reprogramming or healing or whatever it is. So I hope that you all are taking some time to listen to your body, to rest. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling energetic, great, listen to that too. And that's what I've been doing. It's this ebb and flow, right? But take time, especially over the summer. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere, this time goes by so fast. It's literally in the blink of an eye. So try to enjoy it as much as possible. I always tell people, you know what, like the laundry can wait, somewhat. Dishes can wait somewhat. All those things that, do what you can, but really do your best to nurture yourself, your mind, right? Your emotions, your body, your spirituality. Do the things that you need to do to nurture yourself. And especially in the summertime, if you do, if that's where you're at right now, where you are, just do everything you possibly can to try to enjoy as much of it as possible. So lots of outdoors, fresh air, things like that, sunlight, is really good for all of us. So I hope that you are taking some time to enjoy and kind of recharge our batteries. And interestingly enough, the sun, especially summertime, getting that extra sun, but also kind of forces us to eat or be drawn to eating more, fruits and vegetables and things because people are growing things typically, or it's more in season, where you are to purchase it. And so that also people don't realize, but fruits and vegetables are getting their energy from the sun. And so when you eat them, you are also getting energy from that as well. Okay, so having a lot more of that as well is giving you a lot more energy. So yeah, but listen to your body first and foremost, whatever it is that it needs. And that is what I am doing. So enjoy the summer, enjoy whatever it is that you are doing. And like I said, I will, start rolling out some videos as I make them, but you can look forward to a lot more come September. And I'll be doing, like I said, a bunch of shorts in the meantime for you all as well. And we'll see. I'll probably do some videos, over the next few weeks as well. But I hope you are all well. And, as always, I wish you all peace, love, and light. Until next time. Bye-bye.